The movie reviewed in this episode is rated R. Listener discretion is advised. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Scary Movie Nights podcast, a bi-weekly podcast where the scares are real, but the friendships are realer. Today, we will be discussing Fear Street Part 1, 1994, released in 2021. That's Mariana.
And that's Joan.
And we are your hosts for the night. But first, Mar, let me ask you, what had you being Employee of the Month?
Ooh.
In case you don't get the reference, because you're probably like, what? So, one of the friends, the derpy white guy.
Yeah.
Okay, that guy.
I remember him.
That guy was like Employee of the Month for like 6 months straight in his job, because he was like clerk or whatever
really?
at the supermarket. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
I don't know if you missed that detail.
I did miss that, yeah.
But I was like, okay, is he the only employee? Like, he's been Employee of the Month for like 6 months running.
I think also good would have been like, what had you slicing bread this month?
See, I don't remember that.
Oh my god, I'm shocked.
Slicing bread.
This is a spoiler.
Oh, don't tell me. Tell me later. Slicing bread.
I'll save it.
Anyway, what have you slicing bread?
I'm slicing bread. I'm slicing bread / being Employee of the Month because I had a job interview this past week.
Love. That's amazing.
Place where I used to be. This sounds like so cryptic. Where I used to roam, and now I may soon be employed. But yeah, no, it's a place where I went to school that potentially I could be working there, and I think it went really well, and I'm excited. So that has me being Employee of the Month. Joanne, what about you? Why are you Employee of the Month?
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, no offer yet, but
yeah, but I mean, it feels good to be.
Hoping.
Yeah, it's good to be like.
To feel wanted.
Yeah, to feel wanted and to feel validated of like, you know what, I can do things.
Hell yeah, and it's
I can do stuff.
It's like a really great like institution. Like I would be proud to work there. So
nice. Okay, well for me, actually I'm fully locked into this like Screams series at Regal. They're doing like a 31 nights of scary movies thing, and we're probably gonna be going to like 22 of them.
Yeah, I mean every day Joanna and Brian are like, hey, we're going to this one in case you want to come.
Hell yeah. I mean, we're taking like some days off because like some movies like we've seen recently and we're like, we don't really need to see that in the theaters, and or you know, it's like not really that interesting. Like we definitely skipped Nightmare on Elm Street. It's really good, but we recently watched that movie like a couple of times actually, so I felt like, you know, we went to watch Good Boy instead, which was awesome.
I'm so
by the way,
see that. I want to take my brother to see it, and we couldn't make it happen this past week because he's so busy because he's in band. And so every time I'm like, hey, what are you doing this Friday? I got a game. What are you doing this Saturday? I got a competition. I'm like, okay, you're so busy. Okay, I get it. So we're gonna see maybe next week I can catch him if I'm lucky.
Yeah, teenagers are so busy these days, bro.
Dude, he's like constantly like at band practice or whatever. Like he's just busy all the time.
Yeah, my nephew's like, I'm so busy with like voice lessons and theater practice, and like
and he's a senior, right?
Yeah, he's a senior, and they're doing like more. I don't know, it's like a full-time job, and I was like, dang, dude, they pay these theater companies to like be in the shows, and I'm like, and they're working you to the bone, like it's crazy. But yeah, that has me being Employee of the Month because I'm really actually loving this. Tonight we're going to watch Scream. So I'm really excited about that. I've seen Scream a lot, but it is just such a great movie, and watching it in the theaters would be even better, I think.
I love that these movies, like older movies, are coming out in theaters now because they're doing a lot of like classics, like for Screams, like I can't speak today. Rosemary's Baby, An American Werewolf in London. Which
we're going to that on
So we're not going. We recently watched it, but it's so good. Have you seen it?
No, this will be my first time.
I really liked it. So it's like super fun, and so if you're like a Regal member, a Regal Unlimited,
a Regal Unlimited
which we are,
because you know all I do is count money.
Highly recommend.
That's all I do every day, and so that's why I subscribe. I have that money. But before we get started, I do want to give a shout out. I have 2 students who are into the podcast, and they were really excited, and I was like, yeah, I'll give you guys a shout out. So shout out to Alex and Emerson. You guys are awesome. Thank you for listening. And yeah.
Thank you for listening, children. Yeah. Tell the other children.
Is this rated R?
I am kind of watching my potty mouth a little bit more now that I know that you're kids. But also because I am, looking for jobs, and I feel like it's pretty easy to find the podcast via knowing my name and stuff. So
it's okay. It's fine.
We have like that one episode that's like in the vault because it's just
Okay, well that one's a little too racy, but at the same time we are adults, and
that is
I think
true.
This is something that we do on our off time, and it's really fun, and it's okay. Like, we're still good examples. We're still good citizens, Mariana.
Yeah.
Okay, but enough about that. Let's summon a witch for Fear Street Part 1, 1994. This first part is no spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, it's safe to listen to. All right? Yeah. So Mariana, take it away.
Alrighty. So, Fear Street Part 1, 1994, this came out in 2021. So kind of weird because that ends in a year, but it came out in 2021. It's a paranormal slasher film set in the town of Sunnyvale / Shadyside. The town has long been plagued by gruesome murders, rumored to be the work of a witch who, upon being killed, placed a curse on the town and its inhabitants. The witch possesses an individual and gets them to murder a bunch of people. A group of teens in present day, or 1994 Sunnyvale / Shadyside, must find a way to undo this curse and save their friend from being murdered by the witch's henchmen.
When you said Sunnyvale / Shadyside, immediately what popped into my head was Avril Lavigne saying, "Could I make it any more obvious?" Because it's such an obvious, Sunny Shade, Sunnyvale.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're so obviously juxtaposed, even in the names, that it's obviously setting this up for a rivalry opponent sort of moment.
Do you know what this reminded me of?
What?
Have you seen Parks and Rec?
Yes.
The beef between
Eagleton.
Pawnee and Eagleton?
Yes.
That's what this reminded me of.
Me too. This is the horror Parks and Rec.
This is horror Pawnee v. Eagleton beef. Okay, so this movie was directed by Lee Janiak, and she directed all of the Fear Street films. They're actually all shot back to back. And it was written by Phil Graziadei. I don't know if I said that right.
We're going to go with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with, because that's, what I can do. Phil G. Shout out Phil G. And Lee J. For our cast, notably, we have Nepo Baby. The Nepo Baby to end all Nepo Babies. We have Maya Hawke. Daughter of Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke.
Yes.
And she kicks the movie off. I didn't expect her to die so soon, to be completely honest.
And that's not even a spoiler. It's like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's literally the first 10 minutes. So, but yeah, so she is in this film. She plays Heather Malloy.
That's very Scream, by the way, because for Scream, you always have some blonde female dying in the first 10 minutes of the film. Yeah. So that's very, very much this.
And a lot of the shots for this film, or the way they filmed it, or the choices that they made, were inspired by other horror films, and Scream was one of those, actually.
Okay.
Because you have, the first killer that we witness, he has a skull mask, which is slightly reminiscent of, the Scream mask.
Ghost
the classic
face,
ghost face, yeah. Also, I just want to point out, what is it about Maya Hawke playing characters who work at the mall? Because famously, she plays Robin in Stranger Things.
Correct.
Where she works at Scoops Ahoy at the
Netflix
mall.
Typecasts her, I
genuinely.
think.
And also,
Hawke.
we have Maya Hawke in this one, and then Sadie Sink in Part 2. Who is also in Stranger Things.
Who's Sadie Sink?
Sadie Sink is the redheaded girl.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I forgot her name in Stranger Things, but anyway. So we have a cast of young people who I don't really know. I'm so sorry. But we have Kiana Madeira as Dina. I like how it describes all of them as a Shadyside teen. Dina's ex-girlfriend. It's kind of interesting. We also do have some
Now, Fred Hetchinger, who played Simon, he's a Scream King, basically, at this point.
He reminds me of another Scream King who was in Smile 2.
Oh, yeah.
But he was also in a bunch of... Like,
Lucas something. Lucas... Let me look this up.
Also in... Oh my god, what was that movie where they're like robots, but they don't know that they're robots?
Recently?
Yes, it's got...
Oh my god, all of these things that are on the... Companion! Thank you, Logan.
He's in Companion as well. Lucas Gage.
Lucas Gage.
Yeah.
Lucas Gage, such a cutie.
Smile 2 Companion.
Such a cutie. He's way cuter than... I'm sorry to say. But Fred.
But what else has this boy Fred
Fred has been in a few things, actually, because we looked him up the other day. He was in Sleepaway Camp or whatever. Or no, not Sleepaway Camp. That's an old movie.
Oh my god, he was in Gladiator 2?
Yeah, he was one of the emperors.
I knew him from. He was the little, like,
he was one of the emperors.
The one with the monkey.
Hell of a Summer. That's what I'm trying to think of. So he was in Fear Street. And then... Hell of a Summer.
The Woman
he was
in the
also
Window.
in Gladiator 2. Craven the Hunter. He was the brother.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wait, look, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
No, he's been in a bunch of stuff. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Oh, and oh wait, I thought I heard something else. But no. Like, he's been in stuff, and low-key, I'm like, okay, he's kind of a Scream King because he's been in a few of the scary movies.
I wasn't familiar with your game. You are definitely a certified Scream King. So shout out to... And I also really liked his character.
Me too. I thought he was a lot of fun.
I think...
Employee of the Month?
Employee of the Month. I'll talk about it more later, but like one problem that I had with this movie is that I didn't like most of the characters. Specifically our main character, like... I'm sorry, Dina. I didn't like your attitude.
Dina's fine.
She was okay. I also felt like she was being kind of unfair to Sam for like moving to
Me too, but
Sunnyvale.
Okay, this is the thing. I'm gonna give her sort of a pass because when you're a teenager, no offense, but like your world really is so small. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you feel things so intensely. Yeah. Like me just thinking back when I was in my teens, I was crazy. Like I just... Like every emotion I would feel was like either the end of the world or like the best thing ever. Yeah. So like I understand her for like thinking about that. Now I don't like that she blamed her for moving. I'm like, that's not her decision, girl. Yeah. Like that was her mom. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with what you said about being a teen, because there are things that happen to me now that would have sent like 16-year-old me into orbit. Like,
oh my god, I would be reeling, bro.
But now things happen to me and I'm like, you know, it's fine. But also, like, during the movie, like, I kind of had to... The movie felt very modern, even though it was set in 1994. Yes. I think because fashion and, like, trends can be so cyclical, and I feel like we are, like, low-key in a general 90s trend vibe where, you know... I think this is just my personal opinion. So whenever I first watched that, she was like, oh, I just moved to Sunnyvale. It's like, I'm 30 minutes away. And I was like, girl, you can also like text each other and stuff. But this was like the dawn of the internet. So
right.
It was a little bit different. We also watched a movie, I was telling y'all about it, Perfect Blue. And in the movie, the main character like sets up a computer for the very first time. And like, she's like, what's a website? Like, and it was so weird to watch. I was like, girl.
A website actually.
So yeah, you know what? Yeah, justice for Dina, but I just, I don't like movies where I don't like the main character or where I don't really root for them. But she's
very Shadyside.
She's just very angsty. She's super angsty, like the music that she listens to. But I really did like Simon, and I also loved Dina's younger brother, Josh.
Yes.
Sweetie, cutie pie.
Justice for Josh.
Justice for Josh. He did get the girl, sorta, kind of for a little bit, and then some stuff went down. Yeah. Okay, so for production of this film, so this was shot in Georgia. All 3 Fear Street films were shot back to back. By
the way, I love that because I think I saw it online somewhere that some movies suffer from the Stranger Things effect. Is that what it... So do you know what I mean by that?
It's been so long.
Literally, like,
It's been years.
These people are supposed to be playing, like, teenagers, and they're grown adults. Yeah. But, like, they started out as kids. Yeah. You know, like, the first season of Stranger Things, they're, like,
they were
bitty.
babies.
And then now, like, even 2 seasons afterwards, it was, like, the change was just so drastic. It almost took away...
The suspension of disbelief kind of was like, oh,
yeah, you had to suspend disbelief a little bit more, and it was like weird. So I'm glad that they shot these movies back to back to back, so that didn't happen.
Yeah. Now the first film was initially, so this one was supposed to release in 2020, but it couldn't because of the pandemic, so that was postponed, and it ended up being released on Netflix. But this was supposed to be a theatrical release, so it was supposed to be like at the theater.
Okay.
And it ended up not getting that, and they released the 3 movies like pretty close to each other. Like, I want to say that it was like weeks separation, like a first one and then like a week and then the next one.
Okay.
So they were released. I remember when like the third one came out because people were like, oh my god, finally, but I was not on that wave, so I wasn't like super
we were on that wave. I think we watched them as they released.
Really? I've never seen any of these before.
Or maybe we watched like the first 2 and then we had to wait for the third one.
Yeah, I think that might have been it.
Yeah, I remember really liking the second one, and then being really excited for the third, which I also actually liked.
Okay.
So,
okay, cool. Okay, now some miscellaneous details. These films are actually based on the Fear Street novels by R.L. Stine.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know. So R.L. Stine of Goosebumps, and I had no idea. So I think this was like the teenager equivalent of the Goosebumps, because these characters they're teens, they're a little bit more mature, so it deals with slightly more mature topics, and then I think some of these additional miscellaneous details / fun facts are a little spoiler ridden, so I'm gonna hold off on these and just jump straight to release and reception. So obviously this movie was not released in theaters, but it came out on Netflix in 2021, and it got pretty good reception. It has 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is the lowest rating of the 3 movies.
Okay.
Part 2 I think has 88, and then part 3 has 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, that is my brief research for this film. I have some more stuff, but I need to get into spoilers for that, so...
All right, thanks, Mar. So now we're going to be transitioning into the spoiler section. So if you haven't seen the movie and don't want to be spoiled, this section is not for you. Pause the podcast, go watch the movie, and then come back. All right.
All right, are you back? Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, so some additional miscellaneous fun facts about this film that do contain spoilers. So the opening scene, the bookstore shelves are filled with Fear Street books with the author listed as Robert Lawrence, which the letters RL in R.L. Stine's name stand for Robert Lawrence. So it's a little homage there.
Cute.
Now we have Josh, who is Dana's younger brother, who we love. He is shown chatting with someone on AOL Instant Messenger. Did you ever use AOL?
Girl, yes, all the time. Actually, I credit AOL and Yahoo Messenger for teaching me how to type quickly. Because you had to get in there and...
That's true, because
like before somebody moved on.
Exactly. I was gonna say, like, I imagine I wasn't there.
Or you had like, you were chatting with like 8 different people or something, and you had to like move in between them and like get your thoughts out real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to Yahoo Messenger, by the way. I used to spend so much time on that because they had themes for like the chat windows, and they also had stickers which made sounds, and so like my 15-year-old brain was going crazy with the stickers, bro. Like, oh my god, I used to love that. I can only
imagine the dopamine of like being on the internet when the internet was first sort of beginning.
Bro, you have no idea.
And like there had been nothing like it before. Like today's children will never know.
I was in it bad.
They'll never know a life without, well, most of them, without a smartphone and without that, like, the
algorithm.
Without a life without the algorithm.
Now, I will say, true. I never went into the chat rooms.
Okay.
Because I didn't need to, because I had friends. But yeah, I never went in there and like just chatted with strangers. I found the idea even then kind of weird. So
did you ever do Omegle?
It did do Omegle.
Mom,
but that's when I was an adult.
Wait, I did it as a teenager.
Oh no, I did it as an 18 plus.
That was a sleepover activity. The things I've seen. Actually, most recently, it was 2022. My friend Alex and I stayed in her parents' camper van because it was pandemic still, but we were really hoping to get together. So, you know, we both quarantined, and her parents have a like an RV camper. And so I just like drove up to where they live, and we stayed in the camper for like 3 days. And we watched all the Twilight movies, and this was like 4 years ago. And we went on Omegle. It was really weird.
This is why. It was launched in March of 2009.
Okay.
So I was already, I was already, 16-ish? Okay. Yeah, 16 at that time. And then in March 2010, they launched a video telephony feature.
Oh.
So in March 2010, I was 17. And so I probably didn't even see it until like after. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, back to my fact. So Josh is shown chatting with someone on AOL Instant Messenger, but this feature wasn't included or launched until 1997, and this is Fear Street 1994. So
the anachronisms are starting to pile up.
Okay, now in the film we have Sarah Fear. This is the name of the witch believed to have cursed the town, and the Shadyside sheriff's name is Good, like good with an E at the end. And then in the original...
Could I make it any more obvious?
Literally, like it's right there. In the original Fear Street series, there's a historical trilogy that explains the source of Fear Street's darkness, and it begins with a feud between a family named Good and a family named Fear. And it's fear like F-I-E-R, not fear like the feud begins because the Fears executed 2 innocent good women for witchcraft.
Okay, so there's a trilogy prequel that explains all of that. Okay, so I will say this is like extra spoilers, so maybe skip ahead 10 or 20 seconds, but like that is Fear Street Part 3. Like they go back and explain all of 1666.
Crazy, by the way.
And they explore all of that, all of that history with the witches. So
I'm super excited.
Curious.
To see it.
Actually really cool how they did it, so I'm excited for you to see it.
Yeah.
We should watch it together when that time comes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
I started Fear Street too, so I'm like halfway through that. I'm gonna finish it, but then Fear Street 3.
We'll do Part 3 together.
Do you remember earlier when I was talking about slicing bread?
Yes.
You know when they're like they figured out that they need to kill Sam. And they're in the grocery store, and that's where
the
Kate
bread
dies,
slicer.
and she gets bread sliced.
Yes,
that was crazy, by the way. But the art department...
That was my favorite kill, low-key.
Yes.
Yeah.
By far.
I mean...
The art department tried to convince director/co-writer Lee Janiak, that a human head wouldn't go through a bread slicer, but she was adamant that it would. This feels like whenever you and I were arguing about cutting through a hedge maze. Like, I just feel like you could do it, you know? You would get cut up, but like, you know?
I mean, I guess. So we need to find a hedge mason.
We need to, someone DM us hedge maces.
Does anybody have a hedge mace we could borrow?
We could use and potentially destroy and tear through.
Let us know in the comments.
Thanks. So to prove the director, so she was like, no. The director was like, yes, a head would go through a bread slicer. And other people, the art department was like, no, it couldn't. So they got a bread slicer and they shoved a watermelon through it to show her it wasn't possible. But it worked perfectly and everyone cheered.
Hey! It feels good being right,
would
doesn't
love
it?
for that to be my job. Where it's like I have to figure out like weird ways to kill people and like / if it would work and you get to perform these like experiments. Like that'd be so crazy. Someone hired me to do that. Like I would like to bread slice watermelons. Please and thank you.
That would be amazing. Also, like, who thought about that? Is it in the book?
Maybe. I don't know. Tell us in the comments if you know, but that's also so crazy. Do you ever think about how random objects could kill you?
Yeah,
like
because I've watched Final Destination.
Yeah. But sometimes I'm like, whoa, like I feel like that could like, you know, shoot something through my eye.
Literally
or something
anything,
crazy.
a leaf blower.
Yeah.
I mean,
anything.
What can you say?
Anything.
I also love people being, I mean, okay, look, you've already like exploded these ghosts and they've come back together as goo. Is bread slicer / head murder really the hill you're gonna die on? Like, just let the lady or the I don't know the director what the director's pronouns are, but like just let them do their head slicer thing, bread slicer head thing, okay?
Slicer bread head thing.
Slicer bread, Mando or Cardor.
We this past weekend, over several, the whole week we were watching Lord of the Rings and then we watched the Hobbit movies.
Love.
And throughout this films, you have Legolas doing some crazy shit that defies the laws of physics. And so yesterday we were watching The Hobbit, the last one. It was like the Battle of the Five Armies. And Legolas is doing some crazy shit and Logan was like, there is no way that anyone could possibly do that. And I was like, you're so right. These orcs, these elves and these dwarves, like, come on. Like, the belief is suspensioned here.
Oh
like,
my God,
Legolas can do that. It's okay, but it was so funny.
A cool bit of lore. I don't know why I like always nerded out about this.
I love lore.
Some random person on Reddit said this, so please do not at me, okay? Find this random person. But so you know how like elves, specifically Legolas, can like see so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently, and I'm going to misremember some terms, but elves actually live on another plane of existence as the rest of the races do. And on this plane of existence, there is no curvature on the earth. So he is actually able to see that far because he is not affected, like his eyesight is not affected by the curvature of the earth.
Whoa.
And I was like, whoa. So choke on that, Logan.
Choke on that, Logan. It was just really funny because he was fighting an orc. He was fighting a freaking orc and he's complaining about the physics of the acrobatics that Legolas is performing while he's fighting an orc.
He's running up falling bricks.
That's true. That was crazy.
Oh, running up falling bricks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He was running up them.
Well, you see the curvature of the earth.
See the curvature of the bricks. Well, it would be different because the fabric of space and time.
Correct. Actually, you're
whenever
so
there's
right.
an object, it like pulls everything in, and that's how gravity works. But I don't know what I'm talking about.
But also Galadriel did float at one point. So maybe he's a little floaty.
I love when Galadriel goes like apeshit, and she's like, "Oh,
yeah. If I had the ring of power."
Literally,
dude, that's actually such a great
I love
scene.
her, and I love how right after she's like, "I passed."
Yeah.
Wait, okay, this is just turned into a Lord of the Rings episode. I'm just so obsessed.
Oh my God.
Also, can I say something crazy?
Yeah.
Wasn't Smaug just like really cute? like adorable. I love dragons. I think they're cute. I don't know. I feel like he could have been a friend.
If not friend, why friend shaped? Cool. All right, what's next?
Okay, last fact, and then we can like really get into this discussion. But when the character with the axe is trying to break through the door, the camera is placed on the floor, exactly like Stanley Kubrick did in The Shining when Jack Torrance is trapped inside of the fridge. So throughout the film, there are like several references. Like the beginning opening scene also has some like references to Scream, or you have like a girl like running away from this masked killer. Amongst other things. So
yeah,
I also felt like
a lot.
There was just the forest scenes were like slightly Blair Witch coded.
Yeah.
Or like the whole, to be completely honest with you, the whole Sarah Fier thing, the whole rumor about her, ain't that the plot of Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost?
Exactly.
Ain't that the plot of Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost?
Exactly.
Like, that's it, right?
I'm just saying, actually, yes, you're going to see that this is just Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
This is live-action Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
Literally. So if you've seen Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, you've basically watched all 3 parts of Fear
literally.
Street.
You're good. You're good to go.
But you know what? It really, like, there's a lot going on, but I feel like they really do a good job at tying everything together by the end of the third part. So some things are like a little extra right now, but at the end you'll be like, okay, everything kind of makes sense.
Yeah, for me, like, whenever, not that it's something that I necessarily mind or that is necessarily a bad thing, but whenever I have to like suspend disbelief, I will not be scared as much at all. And so in a horror movie where you have, things that are just so kind of out there or outrageous, it just like doesn't scare me anymore, which is what I want a horror movie to do to me. I want to be scared. I want to feel the fear. So when I don't really get that, not a bad thing, it's just like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
And I did think that the movie was like really well made, and like the production value was high. Like, I thought the monsters were really cool. Like they looked super. I especially loved the hot girl who just like she just walked around with her knife and singing or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, I see you. I get you. Diva. Queen.
Okay, so are those all your spoilery? Because I feel like I've been following along. Yeah. Okay, great. I really do want to say something about the suspension of disbelief.
Do it.
Because you just brought it up, and there's a lot of it in this movie. I feel like. I mean.
It almost feels like fantasy rather than like
it's
horror.
like fantasy horror in a way, which actually, you know what, the thing is, sometimes you have to like approach movies, especially scary movies, with the correct perspective, and maybe that's the correct perspective, is to approach it as fantasy horror. Kind of like The Nun. Like I felt like The Nun is fantasy horror because you have like the legendary artifact, Jesus' blood, and then like you have to attack the demon with the legendary artifact. That's like, so you know what I mean? But I did feel like it kind of took me out of it a little bit. It takes me out of this movie. Kind of surprised at the 84% Rotten Tomato score, to be honest. Just because it's like, it seems a little high for what the movie is.
I also have to agree on that.
Yeah. Now, I do feel like it's a solid start to the trilogy. Like, if this was a standalone movie, I'd be like, okay, whatever. But, like, what follows after, good.
I think so. And it was fun to watch. I'll say that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It was, like, fun to watch, but I think even some of the time, the timing was a little off, where I was, like, kind of losing interest in it. It also felt a lot like Riverdale. Have you seen Riverdale?
No, but I know of it.
Like, it just felt like, and I guess it's because, you know, it's based on a book, and maybe that's the vibe in the book, but it felt almost cartoony, like, some of the time.
Yes.
And so I think that additionally, like, kind of took me out of it. But I did enjoy watching it. It was, like, really fun. But yeah, it didn't really get me, like, any big scares. And for me, like, gore isn't something that really scares me.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, oh, that's cool.
When it's done correctly, gore can be scary.
I think so.
It can be very gruesome and like, uncomfortable.
Yeah, uncomfortable.
But like the way they did it here, it wasn't like, that bad. What did you think of the ghosts? Which ghost do you think is the scariest one?
The little kid who's wearing like a freaking like bag sack over his head and like killed his like siblings. That or the pastor. The pastor the
pastor was scary.
It reminded me of the most recent Conjuring movie.
Okay. Like the Last Rites?
Last Rites, yeah. Okay. Where it's like that guy who's wearing like the overalls and like he's got like, I think he's got an axe or something. But I was like, oh, that's kind of similar.
Yeah.
But he was really scary. But there's something about like little like baby ghost, baby killer. I think that's.
We should watch Trick or Treat.
I don't think I want to. Because like, okay, like Weapons, so good, by the way.
Weapons was great.
But like the little kids, whenever they were just like, it was kind of scary.
Yes. Like, well, even the adults, when they, you know, like
that too.
It was just the creepy, like uncanny valley sort of thing. Valley. You know what I mean? Yes. Speaking of Trick or Treat, actually, I did meet Quinn Lord, who is like the actor for cool. He was at Houston Horror Film Fest.
That's awesome.
He's so sweet.
Aww.
And totes adorbs.
Totes adorbs.
Yeah. Let me ask you another question.
Okay, ask me a question.
If they atomized these ghosts, would they still come back?
If they atomized.
Like tore them apart atom by atom. Do you think they would come back? Because they exploded them and they were goop.
They do. So.
And then they like gooped together and then like.
My question is, I think. Yes.
Okay.
Because
it's magic.
Because it's magic. And where did they come from? You know what I mean?
The ground.
But okay.
I don't know.
listen, hear me out. Logistically speaking, so it's 1994.
Okay.
The mall murders happen.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Ryan, he's the mall murderer, right? With the spooky mask.
Yeah.
And they shoot him in the head, and then like 2 days later, we see him attack Dina and the gang. In theory, that man's body would have been at the morgue.
Correct.
So
probably.
Did he like walk out of the morgue?
Yeah, probably. Maybe they didn't lock things back then. It's the 90s.
Shit, it was the 90s. But okay, the other ghosts, the other killers,
he gooped under the door.
They would have like decomposed, or I don't really know.
True, they would have decayed and
decayed and decomposed.
Literally atomized.
Yeah.
Molecularized. I don't know.
All the fungi and detritivores and decomposers would have like. So I don't know. To be
that's
honest.
Exactly the sound they make too.
Actually. That's if you listen to detritivores and decomposers. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. No, I do think that they would have come back. Yeah.
I was gagged, by the way, when they did that.
Yeah, the goop.
The gooped. I was like, whoa, I was gooped. Also, how stupid was it that they... Okay, look. So this girl's blood, Samantha's blood was supposed to be like the marker for like who they needed to kill, right? Tell me why these people didn't just take off their shirts, bro.
Literally.
Like, I can suspend disbelief to an extent. That was just stupid. And what's his face? The guy friend, what's his name? Not Josh. Simon. Mm-hmm. Simon put it on his chest. And I was like, bro, put it on a shirt and then take off your shirt.
Also, does the blood have to be, I guess it does have to be outside of Samantha, because shouldn't they all have been attracted to Samantha in the first place, like when she was in the hospital? Also, Samantha's like in the hospital with like her boyfriend.
That's like the easiest place for you to get her ass. First
of all, yes. But also, like, you're telling me that she would have been in the hospital with her boyfriend at night instead of, like, her mom and dad? Like, whenever you go to the hospital, they, like, only let relatives
Where are the parents?
Where are their parents?
Where are the parents
Where are the parents? This would have all just been solved if there had been
there
parents
are no parents in Shadyville.
Literally.
All the parents are gone.
All the parents are gone.
Mm-hmm. It's because of all the murders.
Shady. That's true. All the parents are dead.
All the parents are murdered, actually. Yeah. What else did you think about the movie? I think those are really my only points if you want to move on to the good, the bad, and the spooky.
I think so. I think that'll spark more conversation.
Okay, cool.
I don't have anything else off the top of my head at the moment.
I mean, there is the fact that, like, what did you think about the juxtaposition of Shadyside and Sunnyvale? Like, because it's so obvious, like, what the author R.L. Stine was trying to do, like, just like an obvious contrast between these two communities. But maybe he was trying to say also about like communities in the real world. Like there are communities that are like extremely poor and marginalized right next to extremely rich neighborhoods, you know what I mean? And it's like this inequality of wealth, which is only growing, by the way. The middle class is dying. Like how, like, I don't know. What do you think about that?
Maybe that is like a metaphor for how like poverty is cyclical. Like all these murders keep happening year after year after year in Shadyside, and the people in the town just kind of get used to it. And also, the freaking Sunny Valley motherfuckers. What is it? Sunnyvale. Are assholes. Yeah. They're so rude.
They're like, another one of you got murdered. Why am I supposed to? I was like, wow.
Crazy. Also, did you notice their mascots? So in Shadyside, they're the witches.
Yes.
And in Sunnyvale, they're the devils.
Oh.
Which I think, haven't seen the rest of the movies, but I think it plays a role.
The foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. Yeah. It's obvious. Like, it's right there.
Right.
It's right there.
Can I make it? Okay. Literally. All right, Mar, what's your good?
Okay. I love the bread slicer death.
The bread slicer death was the best one.
It was the only one that I was like,
Again, she could have just taken her shirt off, but that's whatever.
I think, well, they're just teens. Let's keep that in mind. And they do drugs, clearly, and sell them. So there's that. But
I don't know if she does drugs, though.
Also,
she sells drugs. You don't usually do the drugs that you sell.
Here is where I thought they were going with this, which I think would have made more sense. They stole a fucking ambulance. You have a defibrillator on you. Kill her. Defibrillate her.
Yeah.
I thought that's what they were gonna do.
Also,
killing her in the lobster tank? Crazy.
That was crazy. Bro, and also like freaking, they were like, oh yeah, we have like 6 adrenaline injections or whatever. And I was like,
is that how that works even?
Just give her CPR, bro.
Literally.
Like, what is up with that? You're gonna kill her.
None of them were lifeguards over the summer.
She gave her like 6 shots and was like, you're gonna give her a heart attack.
Yeah.
If that girl wakes up, she's gonna die right back again.
Crazy.
So, the EpiPen only works if you have a pulse because it has to circulate the adrenaline through your body.
So it wouldn't even have worked anyway.
I don't know. Brian said you have to have a pulse for the EpiPen to work. And
Which makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. The suspension of disbelief is crazy in
They
this
had
movie.
an ambulance, so like whenever they were like, oh, she has to die.
No,
we're gonna
wait,
bring
they
her
dumped
back.
the ambulance, I thought.
No, they like were driving around in it for a lot of the time, I think.
Oh, I thought they were like, we have to ditch the ambulance because the police will be looking for us.
But I thought that was the point of the ambulance. I was like, oh, they stole an ambulance and it's going to serve a purpose later, which I do really like when movies do that, where it's like, oh, like this comes back later. But no, like they just were going to use Come on.
Okay, so the bread slicer.
Bread slicer. I also, I lost it. Oh, I really like that we had lesbian final girls. A win for the LGBTQIA plus community.
Super win.
Love that, even though technically, I mean, I don't know what happens, but currently Sam is possessed, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I also loved Josh. He was just such a sweetie, such a
the real hero of
whenever
the movie.
he like beep beep boop boops the vending machine, that was cool.
Then he's the one who orders pizza, and everyone loves somebody who orders pizza. So
and you see like growth and maturity there with him, because like,
true.
you know, at the beginning he wasn't answering the door or ordering pizza, and at the end of the movie he is answering the door.
He was locked into that chat room. You know what I'm saying? He was locked in.
Yeah, he was locked. He was like. also. It was a little bit weird, like their code names. Like, wasn't he like Mr. Silence or something?
Yeah, and like Queen of Darkness something.
That's so teen coded.
Dude,
like
that is so.
I love
but
that.
But it's so tracks though, because my like AOL username was like Sonic Master 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
Which now means something completely different. But for my good, also the lesbians were great. Love me some queer representation in films.
I also do love how like they use Sam, which is, you know, like a gender neutral name, and like it can be boy or girl.
True.
At the beginning, actually I knew this girl was a lesbian from the get-go. I was like, I'm just kidding. But I think you definitely were supposed to think that Sam was a boy, and then it's like, oh, it's a girl.
Surprise.
Especially for like 2021. But now I'm like, as soon as I saw Sam, I was like, I feel like it's a girl.
Yeah.
I feel it's a girl. They want us to think it's a boy, but it's a girl. And I was right. Okay.
Correct.
Anyway, continue.
The queer representation is great.
Yeah.
The premise is fun. I like that.
Yeah.
Albeit not perfectly executed.
And not super original.
Not super original. But fun.
Yeah, it was.
But fun.
I just feel like I've seen it before.
I think it's because we've seen all the individual components before, and then we just mush them all together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's why you get the sense of like, I've seen this before.
Yes.
But it does get better.
Okay.
I also love that the asshole from Sunnyvale got stabbed. The boyfriend, Peter?
Yes.
Peter, yeah. Well deserved.
I'm glad that he got to go right away.
F that guy.
Yeah, he sucked.
That's crazy that he said any of those things. Yep. I'm like, dude, just stand there and take it. Like you don't have to say literally anything. Yeah. Just do your ritual and go.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then he chased them around. After he got his ass whooped by the Shady Vale or whatever kids. Shadyside kids? Is it Shadyside? Oh, shit, yeah.
Sunnyvale, Shadyside.
Yeah. I love, like, you know how you said, like, you really didn't like the main girl, Dina?
Yeah.
I just thought that her friends were more interesting than her.
Yeah. I really liked Kate. I thought she was interesting.
Kate was really cool.
But she felt like...
I like Kate because she was such a realist. She was like, okay, well, we tried exploding them, that didn't work, so we're just gonna sacrifice you to them.
That was like, crazy. She's like,
I was like, what else are we gonna do? We
have to let Sam die.
Yeah, we should just kill her.
That was crazy. Yeah.
And Sam was like, okay, which was really cool of her because honestly, that'd be me too. I'd be like, yeah, I'm tired. Just kill me.
Yeah, be like, listen.
Literally, I wanted to stop.
Yeah.
But she was real for that. Kate. because honestly, like, what other options do you have? I mean, she got bread sliced.
She did get bread sliced.
So, you know, she was right ultimately.
Yeah, it was crazy. They went through all that trouble and then like 2 of them died anyway. Like,
yeah, I know. What's your bad?
The timing, I think it was just okay. It felt like slow at certain times, but not terrible. And then I just like didn't like, I wasn't in love with the characters and I wasn't like that invested in what happened. Like I feel like with part 2 already, I'm more invested in these characters. I also really like the camp situation that they're all in. Like it's just so fun. But
by the way, we watched Friday the 13th part 3 on Friday for the Scream series. And literally, like, they're all the same movie. They're all getting murdered at a camp. And but it works. Like, it's a good formula, actually. It's fun.
It works.
So, yeah.
Joanne, what was your bad?
My bad, the suspension of disbelief.
Okay.
Because I really don't think that a lot of these things... I mean, short of like running up bricks in the air, midair.
Like Legolas. Yes. Yeah.
Which is crazy, I agree with.
Oh my god, no, it's pretty insane.
Like, again, like, she'd probably have a heart attack when they resuscitated her after giving her like 6 EpiPens. That's crazy. And also the taking off the clothes, I can't get over that. It's just such a simple solution. Yeah. Even if they were teenagers and they were scared, like... Girl, you're telling me that you put together this elaborate plan to have this girl overdose and then resurrect her, but you can't think of like taking your shirt off.
I mean, but their whole plan to overdose and resurrect her was flawed anyway. So I think that just tells us they were dumb.
She threw those pills right up.
I think the Shadyside education system was failing these children because they didn't know anything.
They didn't even know how to overdose properly.
They were kind of dumb. I also love at the beginning, whenever she's like, "You're dealing again? I thought you were going to stop after the overdose." And it was like the guy's brother, and he's like, "That wasn't a real overdose. He was fine. We brought him back." Like, come on. Crazy.
That was my bad. All right, what's your spooky?
I think the bread slice head. That was the only death where I was like, ooh. And then I do think some of the killers were sort of spooky, like the little boy and the like pastor guy. Were kind of spooky, but other than that, I wasn't like super scared or peeved or anything. What about you?
I thought the targeting of like a singular person was kind of scary because like, what if you are that person and like all these ghosts are coming after you? Kind of like It Follows. That's a really spooky part of It Follows. Like you are the target and it's like, holy crap, what do I do?
Yeah.
Also it's kind of, I think, a metaphor / analogy for like the poor kid that then goes to like the rich neighborhood. Yeah. Like instantly becoming the target of like all of this harassment and like othering, I guess you could say, ostracizing, I guess. That kind of like tracks.
Yeah, and how like even if you like escape a situation, the trauma of the situation you might have been in might still be with you to where you can't thrive in your new, better, quote-unquote situation.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Because the way that it started was she was in a car accident to begin with.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, like, going back to the trauma, like, some of that, like, still followed her, and, like, it was one of those
what else is scary? Dating an asshole.
Bro.
Why?
Yes.
Like, if I'm in a car, and my friends are in a bus, and my boyfriend's driving a car and, like, harassing them, like, terrifying. That's terrifying.
I mean, come on.
And I'm like, hey, can we stop? Can we not do, like, terrifying.
Yeah, I know.
Can't even, no.
Yeah, and then also online chat rooms, because you never know what's going to happen.
You never know
what's going to go down. That's really why I never went into them, because I'm a scaredy cat.
I definitely should not have been on Omegle. Kids, don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, so what would you rate this movie? Let's rate this movie by the number of adrenaline pumps you take before reviving, a number of EpiPen shots.
I guess we're not going to revive anyway, but I would take 2.5.
2.5?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page about that. I'm like, this is okay. This is good-ish. You know, like, it's a solid start to the trilogy, which is what I like.
Yeah.
Now let's see if Letterboxd agrees with our ratings. In this section, we read just hilarious Letterboxd reviews. Mariana, take it away.
Okay, so this is Jay. Queer horror in an Evil Deadian Stranger Things-ist riverdalistic, screamian, Wes Cravenist, Cobainian kind of way. What?
I put this specifically because I wanted to hear you read
funny.
these.
Okay, I'm gonna try it again. Queer horror in an evil Deadian, Stranger Thingistic. Nope. Stranger Thingsist, riverdalistic, screamian, Wes Cravenist, Cobainian kind. Yeah, that covers
there you go.
it.
Perfect.
Absolutely. I felt like even the scene at the end where Sam is possessed in the kitchen, like that was a little bit reminiscent of Jennifer's Body.
Which one? Sorry, what part?
Whenever Sam is like possessed at the end of the movie and like she's in the kitchen, that reminded me of Jennifer's Body. Whenever Jennifer's in the kitchen eating the fucking roast chicken from Boston Market
and throwing up black glue everywhere.
Literally. Okay, next one.
This next one's by Lydia, who gave it 1.5 stars. Lydia, I sort of disagree with that, but you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Where are the parents?
Literally. Yeah.
And that's that on that.
This is by Aaron. The Myhawk working in a mall cinematic universe is something quite personal to me. Okay, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who noticed that.
Malls see her coming and be like,
more like
that's the one.
Hawk. That was terrible. Okay.
We have 2 more. Okay, so Lily, again, 1.5 stars. British people reading the title of this like, holy shit, that's where I live, innit? We have to do the accent. British people reading the title of this like, holy shit, that's where I live, innit? There you go, that's a little better. I'm really bad at accents if you can't tell, but I do it anyway.
Holy shit, that's where I live, innit?
I think I need to start integrating in it into my vocabulary.
Okay, this is John Negroni. Okay. The real fear was the friends we made along the street.
The real fear was the friends we made along the street.
I like that. Also, where did street come from? Is that explained later? Because why is it Fear Street?
Well,
it's a town.
Well, Fear is the name of the witch.
True, but where does street come from? I do get fear.
Street. No,
what's the street?
Idea. I don't remember actually. Guess we'll find out. Maybe we'll never know.
Maybe the street is the friends who made along the way. Probably, the road of friendship. Friendship Road.
Friendship Road, Fear Street. Oh, there's something in there. I don't know.
I think so, but you guys figured out.
I have no idea. And that about does it for today. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed the podcast, tell your friends about us, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and rate us 5 stars in whatever app or podcast service you use to bring on the spooks.
Please follow us on our socials by going to scarymovienights.com, or you can look us up on any platform. You can also message us through our socials or by sending an email to spooky@scarymovienights.com. And you should definitely send us any movies you want us to review, because the whole reason we're doing this whole Fear Street series is because someone requested Fear Street Part 2. So We're working through all of them. So if that was you, it's coming.
It's coming. Tell us what you think about Fear Street Part 1, 1994, released in 2021. How many adrenaline shots would you take? I'm Joanne.
I'm Mariana.
And thanks for joining us for another Scary Movie Night. See you in 2 weeks. Stay spooky. A